Okay, so good morning everybody. My name is Thady Kavanagh, and if there's any CETA regulars here, you probably know me. I'm usually the guy at the back of the room, shooting video for CETA and shooting all the presentations and putting them together for afterwards for putting onto the YouTube channel. So kind of one of the reasons why I'm up here this morning is that I guess as an industry, the construction or the AEC sector, you guys actually generate an awful lot of video naturally. You're normally doing it for display purposes, for either analysis, data analysis, and things like that. And what maybe some of you don't realise is a lot of this stuff can be used to market your business really well. And so today I just want to talk about a couple of ideas, give you a couple of pointers and maybe stuff that you could use that you're naturally creating and actually repurpose it and try and market your business. Because I think there's, for a lot of companies, maybe even more in the small and medium-sized companies, you're just missing that little bit of a link between actually marketing your company and using this video yourself. The reason I have this picture up here as well, I went looking for an image to try and combine video and construction, and quite often you guys get access to some of the coolest views in buildings before anybody does. And sometimes, obviously you don't go hanging your feet at the side of a building like that, but it gives you an idea of where you guys get to and that you actually get access to these places first. And even if you bring in your iPhone or your phone or your GoPro, whatever it is, you have an opportunity of getting some really nice footage, which you may not be able to use straight away, but if you bank it, at some stage you should be able to use it and recreate it for your own business, So just to give you, I don't just work for CETA, I work for a selection of other clients. I also provide, as well as creating video content for businesses, I also provide training, and I do advise clients as well on how to actually use video themselves. Because as I mentioned, a lot of you now are carrying around absolutely incredible cameras in your pocket with the use of your smartphone. Even like a lot of people, I often see GoPros popping up at construction events, things like that, drones. There was a great presentation yesterday in Sligo from Contech, is that right? Corrick, who are a drone company. So all this kind of stuff, footage is fantastic. So what I want to do is just outline maybe these 4 steps that I'd like you guys maybe to go away and go home and think about today, and just to give you a couple of ideas and a couple of pointers possibly on what to do that you could try and use for your own company. So the first thing I would suggest is to maybe write down a short plan or a strategy for using video. So what that would involve is you would have to have a good look at a couple of things. What sort of video are you already creating? What potentially could you create and maybe aren't taking advantage of at the moment? So when for example, when you go on site, would it be handy to have? I'm just going to show you a couple of devices here you could use. Like this is a little Steadicam device you can use with your GoPro. So you can literally take it in, you can switch it on like that, and you get this kind of really nice kind of Steadicam shots that you can use to capture with your GoPro. So one of these comes in a little pack there in the back. You can see it. There's ones for your iPhone as well. That actually has an iPhone attachment on it too, so you could flick on your iPhone. Again, this is like 20. I bought this for €20 in the camera store in Galway in Shop Street, and you can pop your iPhone into it. It's a little tripod, and you just go like that, So you can literally carry it around like that as well. Make sure the lens isn't covered either, just as I did there. But so when you're planning, have a think about what assets you have, what assets you could film and record. And, if you feel like you're willing to get in front of the camera and actually talk about what you're doing on camera, I cannot emphasize how important that could be to your business or your organization, because what that really does is it generates trust in what you're doing. And as you know yourself, like particularly in the construction industry, I've listened to a lot of presentations about the construction industry and people trying to work with other people. And if you can generate a sense of trust in what you're doing, it's a massive bonus in just encouraging people to work with you on other topics. So if you're happy to stand in front of the camera and talk about, I know not everybody can do that, that's fine. But like I said to you, I'd say if you can, even if you did it still, you got footage from somewhere on site, and you can combine it with you back in the office talking about what you're doing. You could do that as well. Another simple little tip as well is, for example, if you're walking around site and you're capturing footage, the lens is this way, you could actually talk to the camera as well, capture that audio too. So you could be describing what's going on in front of you, and that can be used perfectly well as well. Once the sound is pretty good, you could easily use that. So the other thing then, the other main issue that you should try and think about when you're planning is you talk about the benefit of what you're doing. I think even one of the presentations yesterday, it might have been Ursula's from Stewart Construction, she talked about a video that she did, they had done for, I think it was for Dublin Airport, and somebody asked her about, showing this in front of the Dublin Airport, trying to get the work, and this helped. She said, yeah, this helped actually just visualize it, and it just talked about the benefit of the work that they're doing. So sometimes people get into too much detail with video. When they're on the video, they have to talk. They feel like they need to talk about every small detail. You don't need to do that. What you need to say is you need to talk about the benefit of what you're doing. What you say is, you say, okay, we're doing this because at the end of the process, we hope to get this, and this will save us time. This will save you money. This will help make the project much better. So if you try and talk about the benefit, so that's a key thing. If there's one thing you try and take home today, is try and just talk about the benefit of what you're doing and then share that out. The details, the nuts and bolts, all that can be used on PDFs, it can be used on the website. That detail can be left to there. Video is great for talking about the benefit of what you're doing. So for the next step then, I've kind of briefly talked about this anyway, but the captures. So if you're going on site, there's tons of apps for your phone, for your iPhone or your smartphone. If you want to make better use of the camera, there's an app called Filmic Pro. It gives you, if people have interest in doing a bit more of this, you can still use the camera phone, there's no problem. But if you want to do a bit better, Filmic Pro is a great app. It gives you much better quality video. As I said, your GoPro, it's, the GoPro is now this is the 5, the 6 came out recently, and it's a full 4K camera, fantastic slow-mo footage. If you really wanted to push the footage, you can. There's a couple of, if you want to get into the editing of video, there's a couple of apps like iMovie or WeVideo, which you can use on your phone, which are fantastic for just like creating short little snippets of video. You could like 1 minute video that you could share on your Facebook page, And also as well, actually, just to go back to that point on the planning part, when you're thinking about planning, think about where you're going to share the video as well. And also, where do you think this will be viewed afterwards? So that'll help when you're planning. You think, okay, will this be just for my Facebook page? Will this be for LinkedIn? Maybe LinkedIn might be a better network for what you guys are working in. If anyone has any questions while I'm speaking, by the way, feel free to just let me know. So if you want to save the video, then there's probably a lot of crossover here between the work you normally do anyway and video production, because you're normally dealing with large volumes of files and things like that, and you have to try and save that and get it into the cloud, onto the desktop, all that kind of stuff. So you're probably aware of a lot of solutions for this, but simple enough things like Google Docs, Dropbox, these kind of cloud-based stuff, you can get the stuff off the iPhone or onto a desktop. There's even, I don't have one on me now, but you can even buy a really great, SanDisk have brought out a really cool little, because iPhones are notorious, they're really hard to just plug, you can't just plug them into your laptop and download. So you can get a little memory stick that you can plug into your iPhone, put the stuff onto that, take it out and plug it into your laptop. So it's a fantastic little tool like that. So it's also really important, as you probably were anyway, to get that information off the equipment and into some sort of backup storage as well, And then sharing. So as I said, when you're planning, try and have an idea. And this might take you a few attempts as well, by the way. Don't worry about if you need to fail a little bit or whatever to get this right. That's fine. It's just part of what this process can be. So have a think about where might like to share this. Like I said, if it's LinkedIn, if it's on YouTube. I mean, just to give a shout out to the CETA YouTube page, the Construction IT Alliance page. Every presentations that we shoot, It goes up in there. It's a free resource that has a load of fantastic educational presentations on. You just go in, subscribe to the channel, and then you can go and pick and choose whichever video you'd like to look at. So it's a really great resource, and it's the best way of sharing that information for free, because they want to get the word out, they want to get the educational value of the work that they're doing, they want to get that out there. And YouTube is great at it. So I'd recommend, if anyone's still hasn't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go to the CETA website and you can find the link there to get to the YouTube channel. So if you're sharing it then and afterwards, is it LinkedIn? If you want to put it on YouTube first, that allows you to share it into any of the other platforms too. So it could be just a very natural way for you to start. Even just going back to the the presentation yesterday from the drone company, they discussed a project, the A6 in Northern Ireland. And I thought what was fascinating was they were getting these fantastic drone videos from the project. So what they did was they set up an A6 road YouTube channel. So the road had its own YouTube channel, and they basically, you could go on, anyone could go there and watch a video and watch the drone fly across, whatever areas the footage they'd taken. So it was just a great way to publicly share the work that they were doing, so that people could access it and see what was going on. So again, it's an idea about where you want it to go. Then I would suggest too as well is if you want to put a call to action in your video. So a good way of building like your network or building your subscribers, if you want more Facebook pages or more Facebook likes, or if you want to build, just put a little shout out at the end of the video and say, like our Facebook page, or sign up for, if anyone produces newsletters, or if you just want to have to say, look, give us a shout if you want help with your next project. Here's our phone number, give us a shout. So don't be afraid to do that either, because if you've gone to the effort of getting people to actually watch the video, get engaged with your business, you've got to tell them what to do in order to take the next step with you. So don't be afraid to put your phone number up there, put your website, put your address, some sort of contact detail, a call to action at the end. It's a really beneficial thing to do, and it just reminds people that you guys are there, you're doing this work, and if you want to contact us, we're happy to come out and talk to you, So I'll just give you a very quick demo. I think, how am I doing on time? You okay? Great. Just very, very quick demo. I'll just show you how to maybe just create, because editing could be the biggest issue. What I find when I'm helping companies kind of do their own little videos, editing is the biggest issue because it's a different skill set and it takes time and it takes effort which probably a lot of people don't have to do that. So I'll just take my phone off here now. So I'm just going to do a little demo on how to actually create your own little video. And you guys are going to be willing participants, if you don't mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a short video saying that I'm here, and I'm going to put it up onto my Facebook page. And I'm going to tell people that I'm giving a presentation here to members of the AEC sector talking about using video marketing. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little tripod, and I'm just going to open up the camera.
It's a really interesting way of for a company to demonstrate their capability or the projects they're working on, the team they have, the software they have, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can see there, right, you probably maybe can't see too closely, but I have it on selfie mode anyway, right? So you can see what you're shooting. This is a real classic vlogging style. You see guys going around, I don't know if you're into watching vloggers on YouTube, and you can see them going around like this with their cameras. So what I want to do is I want to create a short video that I don't have to edit. I just want to whack it up on YouTube or on Facebook, and I don't want to do any more, any more time into it. So I'm going to have a think about what I want to say. I want to say I'm here with you guys today, I'm giving a training, and if you want, like my Facebook page, get more information on what I do. So what I do is I make sure I'm in place, and I'm going to hit the record button. Good morning, everybody. I'm here in Athlone in the Sheraton, and I'm here now with the guys from attending the Construction IT Alliance event this morning, and I'm giving a presentation on video marketing, which I'm doing right here, right now myself. So if you guys want to know any more about what I do, so like my Facebook page, thadykavanagh.com. Okay. Now I could take that video, I can upload it into Facebook, and what Facebook has as well, they have a very limited, you can trim the start and the end of the video as well, so if you want to cut out me pushing the button or whatever else, you can do that, you know. Then when you put it into Facebook, and this again is another little thing, another tip I can give you is, you can put context on the video in post. So you can upload this through your phone, you can go to your desktop then if you wanted to, you could go to the video where it is, and you can type in title for the video, what the context, any links, your website, any of that stuff, that can go into the body of the post. The video then can be underneath it. So you've now combined every kind of element you need for a good video. So you've got your text, you've got your links, you've got your call to action, and you've got your interaction, your actual eye-to-eye interaction with potential customers and clients. So that's kind of the gist really of what I'd probably say to you this morning is, the tools are there, the advantages are there for you, particularly if you're a small company, small, medium-sized company, and you know there are options there. It's just about maybe looking at what you have. Like I said, you guys, I could be presenting this in front of small businesses who are like working in or non-profits or something like that, who don't generate as much video as you guys do. You guys generate an awful lot of video, so you have that advantage already, and it's just about taking that another step forward. And like I said, I've given you a couple of options there now. And if anybody wants to talk to me afterwards, if they any check about equipment or anything like that, feel free to do it. And that's me. Okay. Thanks very much.